Okay, so, where to even start with this? I believe I finished off my weekly one-shot by saying, well, that was a fun game mode, but I still think this game's pretty crummy, or something to that extent. But in the 2 days following the weekly one-shot, I couldn't help but just keep thinking about this game. I wanted to play more of it. I wanted to crank up the difficulty and jump right into it. And that's what I did. And I went, wow, this is actually really hard compared to doing the Dark Walker challenge. I think I poo-pooed the idea of Interloper being that hard because the other one was so easy. But yeah, when you're not being drowned in loot and end game materials, who would have thought? When you're just prowling around mostly naked, the game's actually quite difficult. And, you know, that appeals. What can I say? Let's play some survival mode, and we're going to play on Interloper, which makes everything really rather difficult. And I don't think we're really going to amount to much here, but I want to get some practice in. And maybe at some point in the not too distant future I can play a proper, I don't know, 50-day campaign or whatever passes for that. In this game, when you play in these modes, you can choose a couple of feats to bring with you, which make you, well, they're just straight up buffs, which seems a little against the spirit of playing on the hardest mode. I mean, look at the stamina bar recharging 20% faster, burning fewer calories, starting with high skills, consume fewer calories. I mean, I don't have any of these unlocked because I've barely played the game. I do have the Dark Walker one, but that I'm not even sure that's really a bonus since you get more fatigue during the day. Anyway, no feats for us, not interested in that. And what are we doing here? I don't know, we'll just call it practice 1. And it is just practice. I assume that I'm going to be dying quite a lot here, even in just this hour. Because on this mode, if you can't find your feet really quickly, you're just gonna die. Yeah, the weekly one-shot did tickle my interest in the long dark. Okay, so there is no time to waste on this mode. We are immediately getting very cold, and the reason for that is that we are very skimpily dressed in thermals, socks, a sweatshirt, and nothing really good against the cold. And we are in Forlorn Muskeg, and I have no idea what or where that is. Thankfully, I have to pause the game when checking stuff outside of the game. Well, you have to anyway, but in this game you die so quickly that I need to consult external tools really fast. Now, there's no map that you get in the game. You have to draw your own map. And since I don't know the maps, I have no shame in just bringing up an external map so that I can see what area consists of. Otherwise, it really is just running around blindly and, well, dying. This is covering up my stream preview, so if there's any problems with the stream, you're going to have to yell at me. And I'm also going to activate autoclicker.txt, autoclicker.exe, because there's a lot of clicking, and I don't fancy the early onset of arthritis here. This way I can just hold down a side button on my mouse and it'll do all the clicking for me. So Forlorn Muskeg has a train track in the center of it with a derailed train, and I believe if I follow that out of here, we might just be able to make something of this. Although we'll probably just die. Revealed map to help make the hard scenario easier. Go figure. I wouldn't actually mind a mod that reveals the map, but currently if I press M, the map is just completely blank. But there's the thing, if you don't know the maps, you just stumble blindly and die until you learn the maps. And I thought, well, I'm not going to play for 4,000 hours like that other guy. I just want to have the map available. So I've got it here on the other monitor. Then again, I could have not said that and it would have made it all seem so much more impressive, I'm sure. So we're starting on the side with a derailed train that leads to broken railroad. Let's grab a couple stones. All we've got right now are stones and sticks. Hardly the greatest survival material ever seen. Scrap metal, we're going to be needing that. Firewood will be great if I can ever start a fire. Wouldn't count on it. I can't really stop and do anything because this cold will be the death of me. What I need to do is find a source of ignition so that I can start fires, and I'm going to need some sort of bed. And I sincerely doubt I'm going to be finding that bed around here, so let's skedaddle out of here. There's a couple of things up there, but I really can't afford a sidetrack at this moment. I am freezing cold.
My fingers feel numb.
Yeah, they're pretty numb. I'm not going to play 4,000 like that other guy shortly before playing 5,000 out. I could not imagine playing 5,000. Although, to be honest, I could actually see hundreds of hours happening in this game. Because this is the kind of game that I imagine once you're done with... once you're done with playing at hardest difficulty, you just want to mod it up for even harder difficulty. Broken Railroad. I'm actually coming out of here and switching my own map over. And hey, if I make it along here without dying, there's a maintenance shed along the end of the train tracks. So let's try and persevere over for that. I just don't have an idea for the balance of going off the beaten track and looting
I'm so cold.
versus beelining towards somewhere much warmer. Now, being cold reduces your health, I think, by 20% per hour, and it gets even worse if you become hypothermic. So let's aim to not become hypothermic. There's a counter here. Colder, and the longer you spend in said cold, the more you're going to build yourself up to death. I'm not really interested in dying. I don't think I want to take it that way. My map tells me there be wolves there. Actually, everything on the map is possible so-and-so in this location. It randomizes them, although I'm not particularly sure on how exactly the randomization works. Wanted to wish you all happy holidays, says Soviet. Why, thank you. It certainly has been happy holidays so far. I didn't read the rest of the message, but I can't imagine it's that great. Alright. So if I go up this little way, I think there is something for me. I'm hoping there's something for me. Because I have found diddly squat other than sticks and stones. And I'm not looking for broken bones here. Alright, might as well harvest some of these. Whoa, now. So much for my plan to come here. I am being pursued by a wolf already. Oh yeah, there's lots of deadly wildlife on this mode, so let's just try and run away and break line of sight and just have it stop pursuing me. That'd be nice. I've found that you can generally just run away from threats like that. Although I'm certain I hear him behind me, and yeah, he is certainly behind me. But I don't know if he'll be able to ascend like I can. Yeah, out you get. No space for you here, Fido. So although there's this landslide here, there is a way around it. I'm not going to pretend like this is something I inherently know about the game. I have a map here that indicates this can be traversed. The sort of map that would have been exceptionally useful during the Dark Walker run. Or the Dark Runner walk. But I didn't have that. I had to puzzle my way around it under pressure. Oh? Oh, well, time to take back my earlier holier-than-thou speech about feats. I've gotten one for running. I think that's the sprint 50 kilometers thing or something, which is a testament to how long I spent getting lost and running around on my practice runs, and indeed during the Dark Walker. Again, nothing but sticks and stones, which isn't very good for me. Well, probably not very good for me. But the difference between loot on the Dark Walker and on Interloper is like night and day. I would hazard that there's about 10% as much loot available when playing on Interloper. I never imagined it would be that tight, but from my experience, that's exactly what it is. Alright, finally something. And our something is nothing. Poetic in a way. Okay, this is all derailed here. Pardon me, I might tab out every now and then just to check in on my map, because my map is indicating that there's something to be had here. Corpses or the like. Oh, well, a wee fire would be nice. A wee fire with a granola bar, some firewood. I can't even start a fire here because I have no source of ignition. Sticks, more sticks. I think I need a lot of sticks, so any that I find are good. No corpses though, at least none that I can see. Corpses sometimes have goodies on them. Really nothing else here? Okay, well I am catching my death from the cold, so I can't be spending all my time investigating this. There's a copy pasta meta joke. Oh well, then they got what they deserved. This ain't the kind of place for that, and anybody that spends 5 minutes lurking would understand that. Okay, a vehicle. Now I won't be warm if I hang around inside this vehicle, but I'll be less cold. And whilst I'm in here, I can notice that there's nothing on the floor, there's nothing in the glove box, and there's nothing under the visors. So, a whole lot of nothing. Almost every vehicle had something in it when we played on Darkwalker. But that's alright, surely there'll be something down here. There's a gatehouse and a maintenance shed. In the maintenance shed I can at least enter. It's starting to get dark. The moon has overtaken the sun, which is probably going to make it quite hard to see inside there, but I need a source of ignition. Uh-oh, I do not need a source of getting dogged, so let us retreat inside here, slam the door in the dog's face, and see if I can't... Okay. They just seem to run away when they can't get to you after a while, which I suppose is beneficial for me. So I'll take the opportunity to be jumping from vehicle to vehicle, both for less coldness and for protection from doglet. Well, I would sure enjoy anything right now. I believe our total haul of loot so far has been... Uh-oh! Oh, crikey, that's not good. Overestimated the power of me just throwing stones at him. That's probably going to be me catching my death already. Wolves are so deadly on this mode. Unless I can find a bandage, and I certainly don't have even the makings for a bandage right now. Oh, there's another dog, I see. He had GG'd Hart Young already. Wow, there he is, really sod all around here. Alright, bye-bye dogs. Check out the maintenance shed instead. Probably still not warm enough in here because I'm just wearing a shirt. Also, I can't see in here, which is probably also not good. Can't find any source of ignition, but I am bleeding quite badly. Stack of papers, metal table. Oh yeah, I cannot see. Tell you what, I'm going to up my screen brightness, which is not a regular occurrence. If you've tuned into this stream before, you're probably well aware that I run my monitor on 2% brightness, because I really don't... I spend most of my life staring at computer screens, right? I don't think it's a good idea for me to be staring at bright computer screens, but now it's kind of blindingly light, so I actually make my desktop background a solid color of matte black, and then things are a little less blinding. Hey, I can see now! Wow! That's amazing. I wonder if you guys can see. But what you're just going to do is see me just bleed out and die. I'm already on about 10% life condition, and I see no source of ignition and no source of not dying. Even if I spent the time, I think I would die making some bandages. Yeah, I got no matches. The only thing I have is a granola bar and a few stones. And that's it. I got nothing else. Yeah, we are long dead. I'm already at the stumbling about part. And I should have ran here faster, knowing that night was coming, because I can't see. It's gotten a little bit darker since I entered here, and what is there? There's a way out. Might as well go feed the wolves. Come on, warm meal for you right here. And maybe I could just make you leave by throwing stones at you. So yeah, that's like the Interloper experience from my experience. But I'm keen to get good. Like I'm keen to learn what it is that I could have or should have done differently in that. Maybe I should not have made my way towards the maintenance shed. Maybe there are other places I could have gotten some better things. And I certainly could have avoided that wolf. But it's so dark in there that I can't see the things. So these are the lessons I'd like to learn. And what better way to learn them than to play the game? Well, probably speaking to people that actually know the game would be handy, but let's just call this practice too. It's also the case of getting practice in whilst streaming, because I can imagine that when you're really trying your best to survive here, it could take away quite a lot of your attention. What I'm living for and what I'm dying for. Okay, well we're starting at night, which is deadly. We're in Timberwolf Mountain, and I don't know Timberwolf Mountain at all. Do I even have a map of that? I don't. I do not have a map of Timberwolf Mountain. Well, fortunately, I can get one very quickly. There's a lovely Steam page that has all the maps on it. And hey, maybe someday I'll have played enough of this game that I don't need the maps, but right now, I'm as blind can be. Oh, there's an extra difficulty part to this, which is, Timberwolf map, there we go. There's an extra difficulty that is what? I think I lost my train of thought regarding that. It was probably to do with the fact that you have to chart the maps in the game yourself. If you're... Oh, no, what I was getting at was, I don't know where in Timberwolf Mountain I am. Not a Scooby snack. I'm quite certain there's nowhere really to... No, there... Well, the map tells me that there are places I could be going to. But I've already lost half of my body temperature. I'm not sure I want to Skyrim my way down this, but I'm not sure I have a choice now. Okay, this is a horrible start, because since it's so dark and cold, in fact it's negative 25 degrees out there, I'm no longer going to be chastising Canada Man for his low tolerance for cold, because that is actually quite cold, especially for a guy that's just wearing a shirt. No gloves, probably no pockets to put his hands into. Who lost the most on the last weekly one-shot? There were 4 people that went all in and lost last time. Much to my great amusement. Okay, I'm in the Echo Ravine. Where on this map is the Echo Ravine? I don't know. I am searching for one Echo. There's Echo Piece. Okay, I look at Echo Ravine here. I see there's practically nowhere to take shelter around here. Well, that can't be good. Also, I don't know which way is north and which way is south.
So cold.
So I'll just go this way. Oh yeah, I think our guy is every shade of dead now. Well, minus 20 is the starting temperature in Frostpunk. Is this a blizzard? I don't think it's thick enough to be a blizzard, but my god, you'd catch your death out here pretty quickly. The Denzians in Frostpunk actually dress for the occasion. So it stands to reason they'd be able to handle negative 20 something. So we've run into what looks like a dead end, and probably a very dead end for us. I got frostbite risk, nothing to start a fire with. In fact, the only 2 things I've picked up is a stone and a piece of dry wood and a stick here. You can't start a fire with just sticks and that. You need a source of ignition. Matches, flares, torches, magnifying glasses, and that metallic sparky thing. They'll all work. But I have none, and I don't think I could start one in this blizzard anyway, so we're already dead. Bunch of weenies all freezing to death in one night of this chill. I mean, this guy essentially is tops off if this is all he's wearing. A worn plaid shirt. Makes you feel more Canadian. Well, it's wet. Of course it's wet. We're out in this blizzard with it. It's snowing outside right now, which makes this all the more fitting. Okay, this run was doomed from the start because I have no idea where I am. So I think it's going to be walking around until our poor guy here dies. By now I should have been looting a fair chunk already. Now I believe on Interloper mode, with everything preset, you don't choose your starting location and you will never spawn in one of the beginner areas, only the advanced areas, and maybe some intermediate ones. But I've tried it a fair few times. I've never spawned in Timberwolf before. I assume there are a lot of wolves here, but we haven't seen any. Maybe they're taking shelter from the storm. They know all the good sheltering spots. But this, I have no idea where this is, and we can see frostbite risk going up and up and up. Looks like my hands and head are going to get frostbitten. How do you get frostbite on your head? Is this guy bald? No, he's got a thick head of hair. Oh, you know, why don't we just have the bear end our miserable existence, because I don't think this one's going to go anywhere good. I need to suss out where exactly. Okay, so what happens if you just lie down in front of a bear? No, they still want you. Okay, taking the liberty of checking the map whilst the bear ravages my trousers, I can see actually where I started and where some good places to go are from there. If I had turned left from my initial starting point, there was actually a decent cache of, well, at least chances to get goods. And then if I turned back, there would have been,
faint.
well, just generally a way out. Anyway, you mess with me, I mess with you. We stick a stone up its backside, and the bear does away with us proper. Dignity meter went to red. There we go. At least bears aren't instant kill if you actually have some condition. They're still horrible though. They'll nick your trousers. Alright, so, well, at least I've learned a lesson there. If I end up spawning in that place in Timberwolf, turn left. So what did we get here? Sprinting burns fewer calories. That sounds amazing. I don't think I ever want to take these. They sound like crutches. So let's make this practice. Practice 3. I wonder how far I'm going to go with this game. And sometimes when a game bites into me, I bite back, and then we end up locked together for God knows how long. Pleasant Valley. Right, where in Pleasant Valley? It's probably not as pleasant as the name implies, but where's my map? P for Pleasant Valley. Oh, I remember this place when I was being chased by the Darkstalker. Other than the end, where I had to go to Timberwolf Mountain, it seemed alright, but I don't know where I am on this map, so let's just plow forward. Hopefully we can find a landmark. It is early morning, so I have a lot of daylight hours on me. It's also very, very cold. I've got triple down arrows on my cold. So I guess for now I should be grabbing all sorts of sticks and that. Some wee rabbits there. I could throw stones at them and break their necks and carry dead rabbit around with me, but without a way to set fire to them, I don't think that would help me in any meaningful way. You need charcoal to survey the area, and it takes a deceptively long time to do so. One time I decided to start my run by surveying an area, and I found I was immediately freezing, because whilst the game doesn't tell you it takes time, it certainly does.
Can't feel my feet.
A whole year of being stalked by a drunk Dutchman. What's the objective of this practice? Just to get some practice in. I imagine I will do more off-stream practice once all is said and done. And then I'll come back and blow everybody's socks off with my amazing Interloper run. Probably do like a 50-day run, which I think is the goal of Interloper. Survive for 50 days, because the weather gets more extreme for 50 days and then caps out. And I imagine it's like Frostpunk, after you survive a certain amount of time. It's not going to get any worse, really. Where the heck am I? This is the biggest killer, I think, for me. I don't know where I am, and all three of these spawns... Okay, I knew where I was in the first spawn, but 2 out of 3 of these spawns, it's just been somewhere I don't know at all. So the big problem is, I'm just wandering, I'm not going towards a goal. And I need to change that. I need to... Maybe I can take the maps and just put in massive, bold, neon flashing letters. This is your spawn point, so that I actually know where I'm going. Or at least I can check and see. Oh, well, look, a bridge. Bridge means civilization. Unfortunately, there's a lot of bridges on this map, so I'm not really sure which of these bridges it is, but it might get me somewhere. Map knowledge might be easier to train without being on the highest difficulty. Yeah, but it's not very fun without the highest difficulty. If I were to do this again and I had all the Dark Walker level of goods, where'd the fun be in that? So I'd rather train my map knowledge by just having a map, which is exactly what I have. Of course, knowing where I spawn is a pretty big deal. I thought these maps had "you might spawn here" locations. Oh, I think I've just seen where I spawned, and crossing that bridge was probably one of the worst things I could have done. Yeah, I just spotted it on my Wii map. There's a little purple crosshair that I believe appears where you are likely to spawn. But actually, what I've seen here just contradicts what I thought I was looking at. Ah, shelter! Well, not really, but it's something. Dead carcass that's frozen there. I wouldn't be able to harvest it unless I set fire near it. Okay, this shelter blows. Feathers are apparently important. I think you need those for arrows, and I think the real mid-game point is when you have access to the bow. Is that a building over there? Looks like a building. Let's go for it. Maybe I can suss out where I am. Running tires me out faster, but if it gets me to shelter with warmth, then at least it's less time out here dying to hypothermia and frostbite. The building looks upright with a wall, but it doesn't look like something that one can truly enter. But hey, shelter is shelter, and most of all, I'm needing loot. I need a way to start a fire. Fire is life in this game. Another feather to indicate that there's another corpse here. Stone, stone, feather, plastic container, probably has nothing. Of course it has nothing. Dead corpse, also has nothing. Anything up here? No. Okay, so yet another place with nothing in it. And I still don't know where I am. Come on, who builds just one shack in the middle of nowhere? I feel like I'm stuck in a Bob Ross painting. Those clothes probably would be good if I unfroze them, but currently they're frozen to the body, so trying to take them off would just snap, well, the body and the clothes. And it probably wouldn't be that easy. I bet it's been frozen there for a while. Holy moly, there's got to be something here. I'm getting really rather frostbitten and hypothermic here. Ooh, more shelter. Shelter among a load of trees and things. That might be my way out of death. Yeah, you don't start... Well, you do start with a map. The map is completely blank. If you have charcoal and time, you can survey the area, which will add a small area to your map. But it just isn't right, because either you already know the maps, in which case that's not going to help you, because the map doesn't show where you are in relation to everything, or you... Okay, so either you know the map, you know the game well enough, in which case that's useless, or, like me, you just use an external map because you don't know. And it's far less intensive than charting. Okay, actual shelter. This is potentially good, also potentially not. Before I go in there, I'll have a quick look. I couldn't get into the trunk because I needed a crowbar. And the front has nothing. And any gloves in the glove box? No. Anything under the visors? Also no. I actually read a debate online about whether or not the visors do anything. Some people claim that they swear they've seen something in there once before. Me, by now, I have not. Ooh. Before I go into the house up there, there's some shelter down here. It's not warm, but maybe there's something for me. Check around, check around. I am not warm enough to... Oh, matches! Oh, big win. Right, I need to start a fire pretty desperately. So I'm getting frostbitten to hell and back. And frostbite is extremely deadly. Just checking here for anything. Oh, yes, please. Give me some clothes. Damn it, I don't really have the time to be hanging around here when I am dying of cold. I'm not going to spend time looking at that. Oh, quality tools are probably quite good. Don't have much time, but wood would certainly be handy, so I will take that. And let's hope that the fire will actually start nice and quickly for me. Where is the fireplace? Is the stove the fireplace? Probably. I don't have time to consider otherwise. Let's start ourselves a fire. Match. I have no tinder. Let's just make some tinder. I have a bunch of twigs. Twinder plug. Let's make it. Oh, it's slightly warm in here, so I shouldn't have frostbite risk. But I'm still taking passive damage from it, and I do want to get some water going, so let's start a fire regardless. And I got a lot of sticks and things. 60% chance of success. Let's hope it works. Ooh, and there's a pot here. This is actually a pretty good find. This tells me that I'm in the farmhouse and basement, which is tagged on my map as being a resource-rich area. Of course, resource-rich is relative. Let's add some fuel here. You can take this reclaimed wood and a bunch of sticks. There we go. Let's grab the cooking pot and cook ourselves some water as much as we can. Let's cook some more water. Another recycled can. Well, I mean, sure. Let's cook yet more water. Now that'll be on that for a wee while, and that should give me plenty of time to... Ooh, firewood. Well, you know what? Let's add some fuel to the fire, so to speak. And now we hunt, because it's relatively warm in here.
This'll come in handy.
Oh man, if I'd had that accelerant, it would have been guaranteed fire start from the get-go. Another cooking pot, right. And there are 6 slots in here. This is a pretty great place. I would honestly want to make this a proper base camp at some point. Warmly insulated, 6 slot stove. It's good stuff. Metal pail, chair, lots of stuff I could break down or... can of peaches. Huh. Well, I wasn't feeling so lucky starting here in Pleasant Valley, but now that we found this place, I feel a bit more fortunate. Toaster, can opener. Wow, this is the most loot I've ever found in one area on Interloper. No, I can't open up these things in the stove, but one should always be looking around and even under. The things I've found that rolls between the nukes and the crannies on Interloper. It's kind of crazy. I'm actually going to tear this curtain down for cloth, because I don't have any or enough of it. And I'm even going to tear this one down, because I want that cloth. How's my water looking? I'll take it, and I will cook more water, because I have no reason not to. Won't cook the peaches just yet. There's no need for it yet. My food situation is fine. Let's take all the water that we can as well. First aid, please. No. Okay, do I tear this towel? Of course I tear this towel. I'll tear everything. Harvesting machine here. Worth having on the shelf. Don't want to get out of the basement. Anything good in the backpack? Nothing at all. Anything under the bench? Would appear not. Oh, but underneath here there's a bunch of ketchup flavored crisps. A sewing kit's probably useful. A toque. Finally, something to keep my head from freezing off. I'll wear that immediately. It's a bit banged up, but with a sewing kit and some cloth, I imagine I can fix these sorts of things. Patch them right up. Before I go upstairs, what do we have here? Oh, it's the proper fireplace. Maybe I should have done that instead of the stove. I don't know what the difference is. There are bound to be people that know these kinds of differences, and I'm not opposed to being taught these sorts of things, because I do want to get good at this game. I like hard games. Hard but fair games, and this game seems fairly fair. Right, so I checked all of this. Did I check everything in here? Doesn't look like it, because there's a sporty vest with my name on it. It's in god-awful condition, but if I fix it, I'm sure it'll be better for me. I can hear the stuff boiling away in the other room, but let's steal these books first. Check underneath the chair, check underneath here, search this drawer. Oh, I spy another box to be looking in. Lots of books to be had. Sorry, friends, I know I'm just taking all of your stuff and burning it down, but it's my survival, and I'm pretty sure you guys are left or already dead. Fireplace the same as any other fire, apart from protecting you against the wind. Okay. But I meant fireplace versus stove. Hello, stove. I'll take the water. I will take the water. These ones are still boiling. Pick that up, pick that up. Still got an hour of fire in there. I'm going to probably cook my peaches, because I don't have a lot of other food going right now. The alternative idea is I could go and starve myself. But I'm going to cook these peaches. All this space is here for cooking is pretty great. Alright, so won't take long for those to be cooked up, and I can have some lovely hot peaches. Very appealing situation. Now let's hope upstairs has more food, because food is one thing that I'm lacking right now. I've heard about strategies of starving yourself in this game, and it sounds very good. Sounds like how I would approach the game from a Frostpunk point of view. But it does make things more tedious, because if you... I didn't notice this at the time, but the reason I was able to carry more in the middle of my run from the Dark Walker was because I got the well-fed bonus for staving starvation for 3 whole days. And that gives you an extra 5 kilo carrying capacity. And managing your inventory is one of the more tedious aspects of this game. So that reason alone makes me want to go for being well-fed over starved. Then again, if you're absolutely struggling on food, it's the difference between eating like 700 calories a day and 2,500 calories a day or something like that. So there's a bed here, and I already know it's warm enough in here. So this is a...
Use this.
Oh yeah, I can certainly use that. Which is giving me almost no bonus, but that's okay. Nothing under here. I mean, I could certainly break apart stuff for wood, but I don't think we're at that point just yet. Oh, bigger, fancier looking bed. Wow, the clothes I'm finding are really, really terrible, so it's not giving me much of a temperature bonus. I got spoilt. No, that's even worse. I got truly spoilt by that Dark Walker mode, the amount of amazing gear that it gives you so swiftly. But, to be fair, if it didn't give me any of that, it would have been a very, very dead run. If the weekly one-shot had been to do this, to play Interloper mode, now that would have really been a tainted challenge. I would not have stood a ghost of a chance. Not going to tear down these towels and things, because I'll have my peaches burn. I want to burn my peaches. In fact, I should go and eat them right now. Chomp, chomp, chomp. Doesn't give me a lot of food, but it gives me some food. I'll take the water. I'll take my pan. And already I'm weighing down a fair bit, but I have matches. Better believe I have matches. What am I going to do with this stove? I think that's everything that I want cooked up, and I am plenty warm now. I mean, I'm getting rid of this frostbite stuff just by being in here. But what I'll do is I'll take a bunch of torches. Now, this is something that someone earlier in the chat was talking about, but fire management is something I'm pretty terrible at. In fact, I kind of cringed watching some of the stuff I did in the previous run. For one, I was lighting matches everywhere instead of just using torches, which you can pull out here almost for free. It just uses up a bit of the time that you have left on the fuel. But, you know, I can shove some books in there and get that fuel time back. And having lots of torches is great, because you can chain the fire from one to another. They give you a slight warmth bonus. They deter wolves. They give you light. Is there anything else they do? Well, they allow you to set another fire. They don't last very long, which is why I think I want a lot of them. And the ones I'm picking up here are really crappy. They won't last long at all. But, oh, another thing is you can 100% light torches. You see you have a percentage chance when you light the fires here. You can always light a torch, 100%. Gonna add one little stick, and that'll get me one more torch out of here. And the torch sucks, but oh well. And now I don't think I need you on anymore because it's warm enough in the house. And it'll certainly be warm enough in the bed when I go to sleep. I don't have much food. I'm going to eat these crisps before they go off. The maple syrup's actually a good find. I'd drink that maple syrup. I think I overdrank a little bit, but that's alright. Got to get that well-fed bonus. Hear myself clanking around with all the things I've picked up already. Now, unfortunately, much as I'd love to just stay here for the end of days, I will starve if I stay here for particularly long. And it's still the height of daytime, so I don't want to be sleeping just yet. I need to go looting. I really need to go looting. Did I already search all this stuff? Man, less loot here than I'd hoped. More than I need, but less than I'd hoped. And oh, well, I didn't search you for one. There's a lot of disappointment when looting places. I've found places that I thought, oh man, nice big place, this'll have the goods. And then you discover it has nothing. Actually, big areas, you go in and there is literally, not figuratively, nothing. you can break down some crates for goodies, but doing it with my bare hands is going to be exhausting. So eyes peeled, folks. If there's stuff you see and I don't, do not be afraid to yelp at me about it.
That'll come in handy.
Bandage will come in handy. For all those sprains that we get on our weak Canadian wrists. Looking inside those crates, nout. No longer warmed up in the inside, but that's okay. I'd never really want spray paint. There's nothing to ward away this time. I don't have a crowbar to prise those open. I didn't check this cabinet though, I left this in the hopes that there'd be something in there. The Darkwalker Challenge was just a gimmicky mode they released from one of the past Halloweens. Gimmicky though it may be, it was a lot of fun. I really think the game came alive during dark walking. Okay, I fear that there is little to be had here. And this is where I look at my map and see where can I check from here. There's a barn down the road and a signal hill further down. And there's nothing indicating risk of wolves along the way. And I got 5 stones. So I reckon I am going to head out there. Maybe catch myself a rabbit or two that I can cook up back at home. Have their guts for garters. And oh, is there anything out here? Well, there's a fire barrel and a crate, but no items as far as I can see. Also, which way is up and down? I don't know. Can we enter the silo? No. Anything in here? Well, some stones. I'll need those if I'm going to get myself some wabbits. Nothing up on top. Notice that my body temperature is going down and down already. Maybe I should have gotten rid of frostbite risk while I was still inside first, but... Okay, there's a body there for some good harvesting. So that's the silo, and that's the barn. Then I should make my way down here. Yeah, there's apparently no revolver and no rifle on Interloper. There is a flare gun somewhere, I don't know where. And there are stones everywhere. Well, we got ourselves a rabbit over there. I think I might have myself some rabbit pie just yet today. Have I gotten rid of that frostbite risk yet? It is still hurting me, although probably not a lot, and I'll be able to sleep it off tonight anyway. I didn't slake my thirst, I should have gotten on that. Ah, crumbs, I think I want the rabbits before I go in here. No, don't waste your stones. Why is the fire button the same as the investigate button? I think there's a mod that adds more hotkeys. I need to look into that. Set something like E for investigate instead of left clicking on everything. Alright, where are those I wouldn't scare them off by throwing that stone inside. They probably heard the clanking on the road, on the wall. Eyes peeled, folks. Where are those rabbits hiding? Well, whilst they continue to hide, I will grab these stickamajigs. Because I'm almost certainly going to... Hello, rabbit! Don't be afraid. Hehehe. Snappy, snappy. Right, that's one. I'm certain I want more. Oh, boy. Sorry, I took care of your friend, rabbit. But don't worry, you're going to a better place. There's no furries up there. Any more for any more, or was it just a couple of rabbits? Rabbits aren't...
Die if I don't warm up soon.
Rabbits aren't great for nutrition, but at least it's food. Well, I'm not normally a good shot, but I think I just get a natural bonus when playing games where it's perishingly cold. Right. It's still cold in here as well. And I still have that frostbite risk, which is now growing instead of shrinking. So... Wait, this counts as a bed? Not a bed that'll keep me warm enough, though. There's actually a perk. I believe it's called Cold Fusion. And from what I can tell, it just straight up raises your body temperature. Seems a bit nasty and cheap, doesn't it? Why would you ever use this when you have access to the other place? I think I could disassemble the wheels for scrap if I had a hatchet. And maybe if I wasn't playing on Interloper, there'd be some actual loot here. Oh yeah, planks I can tear down as well. Oh, can I go up these stairs? Ladder, rather. But no, I can't. Okay, nothing good in the barn, but I won't be dismayed. Apparently the barn has lots of goodies, but it's still just possibilities of goodies. I don't really like that frostbite risk coming back, because frostbite permanently lowers your condition. I'll go and check Signal Hill, and then I'm going back to the nice farmhouse for to properly sleep. Are you aware how mapping works in this game? Do not forget to take charcoals whenever you can. I'm not a fan of mapping in this game, it takes too long. Oh Christ, I bet Signal Hill is all the way up there. Which might not be worth my time going to. You'd think there'd be a reasonable path up Signal Hill. And now that I think about it, the name is kind of a clue. Oh right, my map is telling me that it's actually a one-way trek over there, and perhaps I should not be risking that right now. Again, with frostbite risk on the horizon, I should instead see to getting a good night's sleep, and then exploring further when I am well rested and well warmed. Also, I got some rabbits I can cook up. Grabbing more sticks and stuff. I don't actually have a lot of firewood or things to burn in general. I could tear down some of the chairs and stuff indoors, but it uses calories to break them apart. A stick is only worth 15 or so minutes, or maybe even 8 minutes in the fire. I forget the exact amount. Also, I'm getting really tired, so I actually have sprain risk, which does not work the way I thought it did. I thought if you're overburdened, you just have a risk of getting a sprain at any point, but it's only if you do climbing over things that are difficult to climb. Steep slopes and the like. I'm going to check out this car before I go back as well. There's a corpse you found by the shed and you didn't investigate. I found a corpse? I don't recall such a thing. I need a pry bar to get in there. Nothing in the back seats. Nothing in the front seat. How about the glove box? No. How about the visor? No. This game is one crippling disappointment to another. I'll take this way just in case some rabbits have come back or there are more sticks to be had. Sticks are nice because even though they don't do much, they are free. You don't have to spend time or calories picking them up. It's just grab. Branches like that, I would have to spend time out in the cold and calories to break down. Do you mean this shed? I didn't see a corpse. I can't be affording to waste. I can't be affording time to waste here. I sure don't see a corpse. Oh, he means a dead deer. Well, of course I didn't investigate the dead deer. It came down with a bad case of dead, and I doubt it died with 5 gold coins on it. There's a bear.
If the hypothermia wouldn't kill me.
That is a bear. In a way, that's convenient because it means if I wanted to hunt a bear, I'd know there's one prowling around here. But it's also a case of I don't want that bear to eat me, so let's keep a cautious distance from it. Jake, did you have to collect free sticks to heat the hut? No. We didn't really burn sticks. We burnt far larger quantities of wood than that. Sawing up trees. But it was more coal than wood, honestly. Coal burns better, brighter, hotter. Wood is more there to supplement the coal, or if we're really poor and can't afford the coal, we burn the wood. Alright. Ravaged deer carcass, frozen, and it needs to be not frozen for me to be able to pick it apart. Anyway, I have had enough of freezing my little bits off here in the cold. And I've certainly had enough of wolves. Get away. Oh, Christ! Right, it was closer than I thought. Ah, oh, and that's not even the one entrance. Right, in we get here. Whew. Man, how banged up did we get? We're in pain and we sprained. But that's alright, it's warm-ish in here. So I'm going to start the stove again. And I'm going to do that by taking out a torch, lighting the torch, which is a 100% chance and only uses one match, and then I'm going to start a fire using the torch. Some accelerant, why not? Let's just immediately start it so I don't waste this torch more than I need to. Torch goes out and onto the stove. Put some fuel to keep us warm. Sadly, I don't have much to put on it other than sticks, but a few sticks will do. Now, I don't actually know how I'm meant to carve up these rabbits, so bear with me here. I think I need to... Oh, you ruined my toque. Oh, that's a shame. That was protecting my head. Also, you ruined my vest. Damn that dog. Okay, my rabbits, my rabbits. Where do rabbits come under in this list? Food, huh? Alright, so... I'm gonna harvest myself some rabbit meat. I'm warming up next to my stove during all this, thankfully. And then I can cook myself some rabbit meat. And then I can harvest myself some more rabbit meat. It takes calories to rip this thing apart, unfortunately. And cook that rabbit. I think I have plenty of water. Yeah, I got tons of water, so I don't even need to be cooking more water right now. And let's just eat our rabbit as it's made. Calorific output of it's not amazing. Apparently we don't feel so good. What are our problems here? A little bit of a sprain, a little bit of pain, and some frostbite. That's no big deal. Your mobility is reduced. Causes blurred pain, but that's alright. The frostbite will go away in time as we stand here. I just want to harvest my rabbits for all they're worth.
Something's making me feel tired.
Did you want to avoid wasting a torch while having 40 torches? Yep. Waste not, want not. There we go, all this fresh rabbit's keeping me good. You know, I bet the hound was on me because I stunk of all the dead rabbit that I'm carrying around. So my first order of business is just tearing apart these rabbits for their good, for their bits. Hypothermic risk is gone. Cook that raw rabbit, eat that rabbit, just topping out the old calorie counter right now. This guy's in so much pain, but he is being a bit of a wimp. There we go, that's all the rabbit meat. Which should keep me very full. Not much, oh, no, I didn't mean to take a torch, but I did take a torch. I wanted to add fuel, a lot more sticks. I need a bit more time here on this fire. Eat it, just eat it, it's what Weird Al would do. There we go, topped up on food. And now, whilst I'm still in the warmth of this thing, 13 minutes until that's ready and probably another 30 for it to burn. So I think I'll just be able to get this hide without burning my rabbit. There's no smoke detectors in here. 1 minute until burned, yoink. I shouldn't need any more fire out of this thing. I'm warm enough as it is, so I will take torches. I am pretty, we'll go with that. Pretty paranoid when it comes to not having enough torches. Okay, no longer in frostbite risk, which is nice, so there shouldn't be anything that hurts me anymore. Sure, a bit of pain and whatnot, but too bad. A bit of recovery, a bit of time resting will deal with that. And it's sunset, so I will be going for sleep soon. We're nice and warm, but even so, I'm still going to spend some time harvesting this carcass. I want its guts for garters. So I'll just tear that out. And now I can just... Well, the rabbit's all completely harvested, so we're done with that. And I will take out your guts and hide. Now, apparently you have to let hides and guts cure. I don't know if they cure just from you holding on to them, but I believe they cure if I just leave them out. Although I don't know if storing them would work. Like if I went to this empty cabinet... well, I should do one that's a bit more marked. The cabinet that's closest to the stove. And I say... take these guts. They're fresh guts. I don't know how and when they cure. They have to be left on the ground. Ah, damn. Okay, well, thanks for that. How do I even do that? Drop, drop. Drop, drop. There, now it's all... Ah, okay, so it's going to start curing there. I believe I need the guts and the pelts cured for using for something, but I don't know. Storing doesn't work. That's a damn shame. There must be a quicker way to just drop items, but I don't know how at all. Doesn't really seem to show up here. I wonder how fresh that meat of mine is going to stay. I'll just eat it now. I want my calories topped up. You can click mouse 2 when on them to relocate. Oh, thanks. And then... Ah, haha, pretty clever. But how about do you always have to drop it from the menu like here? That's a bit of a shame. Okay, we are pretty sleepy. I'd like to go to bed now. But maybe, whilst it's still sunlight out there, I want to... where's the good bed? Yeah, I'd rather sleep in this bed. Good thing I don't need to worry about warding in that anymore. Maybe I want to turn these cloths into bandages. Yeah, I want to make a couple of bandages here. And then... Wouldn't mind doing some repairs. Maybe on some stuff that actually keeps me warm. I imagine a second good set of thermal underwear would be good. So if I repair you using cloth, we can repair in the dark, I believe. You just can't read in the dark. Hey, there we go. Oh, it looks a lot better. And I could repair even more. Yeah, why not? Oh, I think I failed on that one, but too bad. And now if we just drink up. And we sleep for 10 hours, which I'm under the impression is the optimal amount to rest. We'll probably get a lot of our health back. It was down here before. And hey, look at that. Not too shabby. And the daylight is on its way. I was too thirsty to sleep for more. Glug, glug, glug then. And then continue to sleep until... I can't see a dang thing here. If that's the drawer, then the bed is probably here. Got another few hours of kip. Hey! Then you can makeshift a toque with just... and gloves with just cloth. Makeshift, eh? Improvised hand wraps. Well, I have no hand wraps right now, so that's probably good. Same with the head wrap. If we get that going, then at least we'd have those covered up a whole lot better. Probably should have done that while it was still dark out. Better than going out there and freezing my wee bits off. And these things come... Oh yeah, wow, they cure pretty fast, actually. That was just one sleep and they're 1/5 of the way done. And then it's a bright new day. Okay, that went better than expected on third try. We've got a source of ignition. We've got something that feels like a base. We have a little bit of dog food and plenty of water. But surely the tools that we need to go and get ourselves more food. Like there's a corpse outside with plenty of meat on it, no doubt. But that's enough for that. I didn't plan on streaming this very much. I just wanted it as a preamble. Because we are going to transition over to State of Decay 2 in just a moment. I'll take the opportunity to quench my truth, and then we'll get to